Musashi's mind. How to think 10 moves ahead in life and business. What if you could walk into any situation business meeting? High-stakes decision? Personal conflict and already know how it ends. Not by guessing, not by winging it, but because you've already played it out 10 steps deep. This was the essence of Miyamoto Musashi's genius. It sounds poetic, even cryptic, but this was the foundation of his strategy. He didn't train just to react, he trained to foresee. He once said, "Do not have a favorite weapon." To become overfamiliar with one weapon is as much a fault as not knowing it sufficiently well. That wasn't just about swords. It was about thinking, and in doing so, he unlocked something rare: the long game mindset. Too many today live for likes, instant feedback, and quick wins. But Musashi knew. What's fast is fragile. He believed in compound mastery. Then ask, how could I have seen it coming? Practicing relentlessly, refining constantly, and embracing discomfort today for dominance tomorrow. You can do the same with meetings, launches, or conflicts. Want to think 10 moves ahead? And stop asking what brings success this week, and start asking what will build unstoppable momentum this decade. Strategic thinkers create space to evaluate multiple outcomes before committing. Learn how things connect, not just how they work in isolation. There, he wrote his final work, Daked the Path of Aloneness. It was his distilled wisdom. One line reads, "Do not regret what you have done." Why? Because a man who lives 10 moves ahead already lived through the consequences. He already considered the weight of each action, each word, each moment. Regret was unnecessary because every decision had been foreseen. That's the power of strategy. When you live with vision, you don't live in fear. You don't second guess. You move through life like Musashi walked through duels with presence, with clarity, and with unshakable calm. And Musashi sharpened that skill like a blade every single day. Invest in skills that won't pay off for years. Step back, breathe, observe. Think 10 steps ahead, and take control of the game you're in. Build relationships that will take time to trust. Create work so good that it can't be ignored eventually, Musashi teaches us. The man who can wait controls time itself. Musashi didn't limit himself to one way of fighting, one way of seeing. He understood the interconnection of all things. In today's terms, your productivity affects your mood. Your relationships affect your health. Your finances affect your decisions. If you're thinking only one step ahead, you'll be blindsided every time. Musashi teaches us to think holistically, to see life like a general surveying a battlefield. The moment you begin thinking in systems, you stop playing checkers and start playing chess. He would study the environment, the psychology of his opponents, even the terrain beneath his feet. Musashi could predict what his opponent would do, not because he was psychic, but because he was a master observer. He studied movement, hesitation, eye contact, posture. He knew the rhythm of fear, the beat of confidence, and then he disrupted it. In modern life, the same principle applies. Spot the habits in your competition. Study the body language in your meetings. Learn the buying patterns of your customers. But just as important, we study yourself. When do you self-sabotage? When do you hesitate? What distracts you? These internal rhythms are often invisible until you deliberately look for them. The more you observe, the more you can predict. And when you can predict, you control. Every duel, every engagement was rehearsed in his mind before it began. While other swordsmen focused on speed or strength, Musashi focused on insight. Read the modern translation, read the room, anticipate behaviors, spot trends before they explode. Musashi didn't wait for danger, he read danger. That's how he lived undefeated. The undefeated samurai swordsman didn't just fight, he calculated. They spend their days putting out fires, reacting to crises, responding to emails, stressors, and problems they never saw coming. But Musashi didn't play defense. He played to control. Strategy isn't about being better in the moment. It's about shaping the moment before it arrives. Think about companies like Tesla. They didn't react to demand, they created it. That's Musashi-level thinking. In every arena of life, whether you're launching a product, navigating a relationship, or building your career, the question is, are you reacting to what's happening? Or are you designing what happens next? He saw the battlefield not as a blur of chaos, but as a chessboard, and every move his opponent made. He had already seen it coming. That wasn't luck. It was foresight. It's the same foresight that modern CEOs, elite athletes, and grandmasters rely on. Thinking ahead isn't optional, it's survival. And in this episode, we re-diving deep into Musashi's mental blueprint for always being 10 moves ahead and how you can start building the same edge. Musashi wrote, "Perceive that which cannot be seen with the eye." Today's world rewards those who respond fast, but it elevates those who plan even faster. Most people live on defense. Musashi understood that life isn't a list of disconnected actions, it's a system, a web of cause and effect. Foreseeing isn't about predicting the weather, it's about understanding patterns. Musashi didn't fight for fame, he fought for form. He wasn't chasing applause, he was chasing perfection. So how do you start thinking 10 steps ahead today? Not by guessing, not by hoping, but by training your inner strategist like Musashi did. Start here, asterisk, journal daily. Ask, what did I fail to anticipate today? Visualize alternate outcomes. Musashi would meditate on battles, seeing them play out from all angles. Practice red teaming yourself. It means questioning your own assumptions. Challenge your plans like an enemy would. Slow down your decision making. Not everything is urgent. Study systems, not tactics. Tactics are temporary. Systems create empires. Strategic thinking isn't a personality trait, it's a skill. At the end of his life, Musashi retreated into a cave called Rigando. So don't let the world push you into reacting.